Welcome back, guys. Our last guests today are Chris Dalpe and Sally Turner from the Steel Yard.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you guys on. Thanks so much for coming. We appreciate it. I know you're super busy right now preparing for this weekend, but we appreciate you coming out and taking some time to talk to our viewers. So, for anyone that doesn't know, give us a little overview of what the Steel Yard is.
Absolutely. So we're an industrial arts center right in Providence. We teach welding, blacksmithing, jewelry, and ceramics, as well as foundry arts. So what we like to call is the fire arts.
Okay.
We're also a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have a job training program in welding as well. And we also have summer camps for youth, ages 15 to 18, and a scholarship program.
Awesome.
But we're all over the place because we do a ton of other stuff too, including public art installations and public amenities. So if you're in Providence and you see like a bike rack or a trash can,
Yes.
way cooler than you think it should be, we probably
An out-of-place trash can or bike rack, of course. Yeah.
There's one right across the street.
Yeah, give us an example. Is there anything that do you think anybody would recognize around the area?
Well, there are some benches. I think Rogues Island is right across the way
Ah,
there.
yes, there is.
That we did in the public access.
Okay.
So the work that we do is public art.
Okay.
So we don't necessarily do work for private enterprise, but we work with cities, towns, other nonprofits, so that we manufacture these public amenities that are both functional and artistic. And it's also a way for us to build an arts economy.
Yeah.
So we pay these artists to design and manufacture
Awesome.
these pieces.
And so the nonprofit, I know, like you're all nonprofit, I suppose that's the nonprofit arm, but you're an entire nonprofit. What does that support? What is the fundraising you do? What does it go back to?
Well, the fundraising that we do goes back to actually running the operation.
Got it.
So we work in a studio space that was built in 1905. It was originally Builder's Iron Foundry, which actually goes back to the 1800s. And then Providence Steel and Iron came on the scene at about 1905. So we continue to work in that particular studio.
Awesome.
So as you can well imagine, it's cold
It's
in winter,
old.
and it's cold, and it's beautiful, but it rains inside.
Yes.
The floors are very uneven, so it's rustic is being really kind.
Yeah.
So actually we close in the winter time. So our artists, our residents, our manufacturing even sort of slows down quite a bit. But this is going to be the first last winter. I'm sorry, the first.
Yeah.
This will be the first last winter that we are closed.
Yeah, due to the expansion. We definitely want to talk about
We
that.
are going
Absolutely.
into-
It's very
We are
exciting.
going into an expansion.
So over the past year, we've been fundraising and gathering support for what we've been calling the Super Studio. So this
I like the name.
Yeah, right? So this historic building Sally was just talking about, we're going to be restoring and expanding, keeping all of its historic charm, of course,
Great.
and doing the same work we're doing. But we're talking new floors, heating, electric,
Wow.
and expanding space so that we can have community events indoors.
And not just heat from the welding studio, like actual heat.
Exactly.
Right.
Which
A
is,
heating system.
which is huge. This is going to be able to expand so many programs,
Exactly,
like we
yeah.
just got discussed. We're saying more courses. We can teach more courses throughout the year. We can hold more longer residency program for local artists who
Yep.
are working in the field. And then we can keep as much of that energy going throughout the year without that kind of interruption we face every winter.
Great. So talk a little bit more about the Steel Yard's relationship with the community. What do you guys, I know besides the pieces that you're putting out, the benches and all that stuff, what's your relationship with the surrounding community?
I like to say it's less of a relationship. We are the community. The
I like that.
Steel Yard is a community hub. So what we do is, just to give you an idea, there's only 10 staff members. But what the Steel Yard is a space, and it's shared by community members, local artists who work in the field,
Great.
as a way for them to make work. We provide the tools in the space for artists to utilize and then branch out.
Okay. And is there living space in the Steel Yard or
There is
attached to
not.
the Steel
Yeah, we
Yard?
do not do
Oh, okay.
residential.
No,
Okay.
there isn't. But there's also a piece that really is about community that Chris didn't touch upon, which is actually a lot of his work. And that is, we are also a space for community events.
Yes.
So we have a small, Chris, We have a small campus. We have a small campus, and people can use it as a venue.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of relationships
Mhm.
because that's really what we're all about. You know, we're not sort of the one-off, you know, come get married, you know, type
But
of
you
place.
can get married.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then just this past season, we
Yeah.
held 2 fantastic,
Awesome.
completely unique weddings.
That's
Wonderful
great.
weddings, but really we're really more about community space. So we work with other nonprofit organizations, and we work with other arts organizations to really enable them to have large community gatherings, because we can host up to 1,500 people at our site. And we'll be talking about that in just a couple of seconds, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because we'll be hosting 1,500 to 1,600 people this Saturday.
Your
at
seating
our-
capacity.
at
Yeah.
our-
Oh, yeah. No, we can,
Oh,
totally,
no,
we can
see,
totally hit
yeah.
1,600. We work very closely with the
Fire department,
yeah.
Very closely with them. They'll be
Oh,
there
yes.
too. They know what we're doing.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the Halloween Iron Pour. This is the 13th.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Lucky number 13.
I know. If only it was a Friday the 13th.
But it's perfectly appropriate for the season. We are hosting
Yeah.
the 13th annual Halloween Iron Pour. The
Okay.
most common question I get is,
What
what's
is an iron pour?
Well,
Yeah.
it's this Saturday, which is October 20th.
Yes.
Yes.
From 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and tickets are still available, but they're going fast. So if you go to ironpour2018.eventbrite.com right
Okay.
now and purchase tickets, they're $15.
Okay. And it's all ages, if I'm
All
not,
ages.
so you can bring family.
Yep, all ages.
And so tell us a little bit, without giving it away,
Yep.
what people are expecting. If they haven't been, I'm sure a lot of people go every year, I
Yeah.
know. So if you haven't been,
Absolutely.
what is it?
So as I mentioned earlier, we have a foundry department, and
Yep.
we work with all fire throughout the year. But what we like to say is, all year we work with fire. This is the one time of year we play with it.
Ah,
So we are.
that's fun.
We've been teaming up with about 30 volunteers for the past 3 months to build larger than life metal sculptures of dinosaurs in different.
Oh yes, because this
Different
is themed, the
Yes.
Lost,
The Lost
Lost
Yard.
Yard.
Yeah.
So we're doing mass extinction. So what
Got
we do with
it.
these sculptures is we activate them with molten iron that is generated from our furnace. So
Wow.
basically, we're lighting everything on fire.
Yeah, you're melting some dinosaurs.
We're lighting everything on fire. There's going to be some small explosions. There's a lot of sparks. You know, our furnace will melt about
25.
2,500
Wow.
pounds of iron.
Pyromaniacs,
I love
rejoice.
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Yes.
Our
yeah,
associate
but in a
director
safe-
looks forward to this.
In a
interview.
safe way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my. Well, it sounds exciting.
In addition to witnessing the spectacular, we'll also have the Firefly Caravan, who are fire dancers down from Boston, doing a performance.
Very appropriate.
Yep. We'll have beer, powered by
Gotta have beer.
our super awesome friends and sponsors at Revival Brewing.
Awesome.
And then we got food by Weenie Wizard, Roadie Roots, as well as Boru Barbecue. So
Okay, and
we
I'm
have
sure
a lot-
music.
Oh, absolutely.
Gotta have
so
music.
if you guys have ever heard of DJ Uncle Thirsty, he'll be spinning records for us. And
I haven't, but I want to.
He's so cool. He's,
Yes.
Uncle Thirsty. I
Uncle
like
Thirsty.
it.
he's a nerd.
Bring him a drink.
Yeah.
He's thirsty.
And then a really, really special performance by Morgan Eve and crew, who are from the Huntress and the Holder of Hands, which are some
Awesome.
pretty rad folks. in
Great.
the
So
scene.
performances, food, lighting stuff on fire.
Bring
Sounds
your
really
kids.
cool. Bring your kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And dress warmly. Dress for the weather.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Okay,
I
yeah.
know. Oh,
Here
it's
I am. I
getting.
sound like a mother, but
Yeah.
honestly.
It's okay. Layer up.
Layer up.
There it is.
Yep.
There's our-
This is an
that our
outdoor,
dinosaur? Yeah.
out-
Melting
outdoor
dinosaur.
venue.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the last year though, there'll be an indoor.
No, this will always
We're
be
not
held
bringing the
at-
Iron Pour inside.
Oh.
This event will always be
Oh,
an
no,
indoor
no,
event.
no. We'll burn that new building down.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
This
Maybe
will
take-
always be outside.
Okay.
So dress appropriately for the weather. There is no, there are no indoor facilities.
Okay.
And make
Everything's outside.
everything is outside.
Okay.
BT Dubs, I am going to check the comment section on this after we get done, because I want nice comments.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. There will be nice comments.
Sweet comments.
It's going to be a fun event. You guys have a lot of supporters. I'm sure the comments are going to be great.
Cool.
So before we close out, I just want to ask, what is, after the Halloween pour, what's next? I mean, I know this is the last winter that you're closed for classes, etc.
That's correct.
But is there anything that you guys are kind of ramping up for in the spring?
Yeah,
or
let me tell you a little bit about our winter season, because after the Halloween Iron Pour, we have another site rental. We have the event where we're teaming up with Boston Decompression.
Okay.
They are a Boston Burner Society holding an event on November 3rd. And then we have a big event called the Valley Arts District Open Studios. So all of our residents will be selling artwork on
Oh, that's
November
awesome.
10th from
Okay.
1 to 6 p.m. All of this is available on the Steelyard's Facebook page in the events section.
Perfect.
So we have a really awesome winter season, but then we're going to be in construction for close to 8 months. So
And not open through that period.
No, the studios won't be open because, of course, we'll be doing the restoration and the renovation. But what we're planning to do is to make sure that we are still out in the community.
Yeah.
So look for us to be at various demonstrations, at festivals and fairs. For instance, recently we were in Bristol for State Street. We've been doing a lot of work in Bristol with our public projects department, and so we went and we did a blacksmithing demo. So we will continue to be out there making sure that people are aware of the traditional fire arts that we offer,
Great.
and sharing that with people sort of outside of our campus for a little while.
Awesome.
And if anyone wants to learn a little bit more about the Super Studio, the schedule, as well as like a detailed plan for construction, I encourage everyone to go to sysuperstudio.org.
Okay.
That has the full list of everything that's happening, plus, only because I'm going to shamelessly plug this right now, you can totally donate to the project because we still need money for it.
Donate money. There you go. That's a shameless plug.
Yeah.
You did your best.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank
We
you, Chelsea.
appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
I asked them very last minute, so thank you for accommodating us. We hope you guys
Obviously.
all turn out, watch them burn some dinosaurs this weekend. I mean, nothing's cooler than that. I'm sure there's
Yeah, come on
nothing
down.
cooler is going on than that. So
No, there
I mean,
isn't.
go watch that, please.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Chris and
you.
Sally from the Steelyard, and congrats on the expansion. It's going to be really awesome.
Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for tuning in for another segment of What's Cool in Rhode Island. We'll be back next Thursday at 4 p.m. with more. I'm Chelsea.